Alright, hey Evil Dead fans, here's the filler piece that I made for my Ash vs. Evil Dead chainsaw hand. Now it's made of a block of wood, it's made of that exhaust piece, and actually popsicle sticks and a normal backing that I usually do out of aluminum or thin metal. Excuse me. See what it looks like from the top, from the bottom. You're gonna see a little daylight in there, that's fine. I mean, everything's gonna be blackened out inside. Like it's with any filler piece I do or anybody does, you're gonna see a little bit. If it's right up against the metal or the plastic, you're not gonna get it out, you're gonna bend it. So you're gonna have just a little bit. Now the way I found the measurement for the wood, and I said before this was 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches piece of wood, it's actually a straight 1 inch thick piece of wood. Now what I did to find the measurement, I looked at the stills that I had and saw how far this came out. And one thing I did notice is this piece of wood at the bottom comes up at an angle, then angles from this part right here, this point, then angles against the body straight up. So in all reality, this right here is a perfect 90-degree angle. Same with down here. This piece is the only one that's angle cut. Excuse me. And with the exhaust piece, I said I was going to cut it in half, and I did, and realized it was still too big. It actually came out past the wood, which is not right. So what I did is I angle cut it up on both sides to this point to where it's cut off here, and it fit just fine. Now what I did after that is I screwed it into the wood to where I needed it. I milliputted the whole top, sanded it down to make it one uniform looking piece, and I really like the results. Painted it, sealed it, and I'll go over the measurements for you of what I got. And one thing you want to remember to do is you definitely want to mark the holes that you drilled in the body, because if you don't do that, when you're putting it all together, and if you haven't pre-drilled it or marked your holes, you can mess up your measurements for the top piece or where it sits inside of here versus the cuff as well. So you definitely want to mark that as soon as you got it. So this top is about 2.5 inches long. And it can kind of vary a little bit from model to model. I've seen stills to where this block of wood's a little farther back, and I don't know why they did that. And this piece right here was still about the same distance, so it didn't make much sense to me. So I'll go with the picture that I got from the auction. This up and down is 2.5. That angle right there is just about 2 inches across the bottom. And this top is 2.5. So that's the piece I've done. It's I took that exhaust piece, screwed it into the wood, milliputted the top, sanded that down, painted it, marked my holes, sealed it, and actually just glued it on my normal backing piece. Excuse me, man. I do apologize. And one thing that you're gonna notice, I do got what looks like the chainsaw body or motor inside. Now, what I used is just popsicle sticks. I used the edges of the popsicle sticks. What I did is I cut them in half and then measured them and cut them again and then glued them in. And you want to do it at an angle. Don't do it straight up and down, because that will be a wonky turd. It'll be a straight up wonky ass turd. You want to angle it. Now in some models on the top, you don't see that right up here where my thumb is. And if you do that and you don't like it, just blacken it out. You never notice. But that's how you do that. Looks good. And then, I got my nice little cut back here. And that's how you do that piece. Until next time, you guys have a great day.